curious case yesterday. Well, it became more curious yesterday because there was an apology of the Whanganui District Council, its first-term mayor Andrew Tripe, and his attendance at a Charlie Kirk vigil in Whanganui, I think last Sunday, and the consequent fallout, particularly in the media, which led him into a sort of sackcloth and ashes apology for getting it all so horribly wrong, when he should have doubled down and said bugger off. It goes a bit like this. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, there are a number of people in this country who felt very strongly about it. Now, as you know, I didn't, because I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. All right, I'm of that generation. But some people took it serious enough that a conservative Christian activist from the United States of America, with a fair degree of political pull, had been assassinated, and put it in the same margin, I guess, for my generation of, I don't know, the assassination of Martin Luther King, for example. Now, I didn't, but hey, other people do. So in Whanganui, a group of people, I think they numbered about 150, 200, got together on a Sunday evening and had a vigil, all right, a recognition of Charlie Kirk's life, and I guess his philosophies and his mantras, and I guess, I don't know why they had a vigil. I mean, I don't know, but they did. And somewhere along the line, Andrew Tripe either got invited or saw a group of 200 people during an election campaign gathering in one place and went, I better go there, and did. And he made a speech about how political assassination was a dreadful thing. I think we can all generally agree on that. Freedom of speech was a good thing, and how Charlie Kirk represented the sort of best of, well, a whole series of things. Well, the pile-in. The pile-in came on social media from the left, and from obviously those lefty greenies who are running against them for the mayoralty and who are councillors. But it also has a pile-in from Radio New Zealand, the state broadcaster, who lovingly transcribed this upset and then sort of demanded of Andrew Tripe how on earth could he go there and commemorate or at least speak at this vigil, which, 100 odd or 200 odd of his constituents were present. In the end, Andrew Tripe is given this most abject and snivelling of apologies, I have to say. It's unfortunate, but he has. Saying, I didn't realise really what Charlie Kirk was standing for, and I don't stand for everything that he stands for, but I went along because freedom of speech is important and we shouldn't be assassinating people that we don't agree with. Which is, and at that point, Andrew just should have given up. But then he decided to apologise for being there, and if only he'd understood the context, So he obviously knew Charlie Kirk as well as Charlie Kirk as well as I did. But anyhow, your thoughts? Okay, your thoughts on these issues. Listen, can I just say the reason that local government's in trouble in this country, and in government in general, is because when the media ring you up and say, explain yourself, the first inclination is not to say, piss off, or alternatively, I'd be delighted to. Have you got an hour? But to go, I'm really sorry. And yet again, we've seen another local government officer, and admittedly not a very important one. Whanganui is not exactly at the centre of the universe, but nonetheless, another local government member who should have just stood on his hind legs and said, well, what's wrong with that? Whoop-de-doo. I actually think that freedom of speech is very important, particularly I have always stood, as I have personally, to protect the freedom of speech of people that you don't like. And that's the true test of whether or not you are a believer or not. Anyhow, your thoughts?